Boys and girls, what is happening? Welcome back to the channel. So if you missed part 1, here's a quick recap. I've bought the ugliest Honda Civic in the UK, and I'm on a mission to make this my dream Honda Civic build, which I know sounds crazy, but just trust me, it has to look worse before it gets better. Which at the end of the last video, the car got picked up to be taken to get painted. So I then left Joe to work his magic. Let's just hope it comes out looking better than it went in. I mean, the only way it could look any worse if it came out on fire, right? Now, the whole reason you clicked on this video is to find out what colour I painted the Civic. Are you ready? Now, it's no secret that I love black cars. My E36 is black, my 5 Series is black. You can probably guess what colour I painted the Civic. And if you guessed black, you guessed right. How much better does that look? So, no time for celebrating. This car has to be completely put back together. I used to love playing with Lego as a kid, so this shouldn't be a problem. And then I saw how many pieces there were. Then that got me worrying just a little bit. Let's get everything inside the unit. I just hope we're not missing anything, because everywhere I look, there's just hundreds of Honda parts. I've got a feeling that putting this back together could be a bit of a nightmare. So, first things first, we're gonna sort these window rubbers out. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, why didn't you just paint them when the car was in paint? So, the plan was to change all of these for OEM window rubbers. Now, I messaged a few companies and this is the cheapest quote I got. Yeah, you're reading that right, £1,000 to change all of the rubbers. I decided to let Joe work his magic with a rattle can. How much better does that look? So Joe's just gonna do the rest of the car and then we can get the tape off and move on. How satisfying is that? You've also probably noticed the paint and thought, hang on Nathan, that looks awful. The whole car has been wet flattered, ready to be polished, so it will come out like glass, but we're gonna do that at the end when the whole car's back together. Now I've got the fun part of getting that on top of that. Wish me luck. Which might not seem like a big task for most of you, but just trust me, you're all gonna get to know I am the clumsiest person on this planet. I'll be honest, I didn't even know where to start with this. But before we do anything, I noticed we were missing the front and the rear badge. Let's call my local Honda dealership to see if they can help me out.
Thank you for calling Ugliest Motor Group. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for service, or 3 for parts. Good afternoon. Yeah, how can I help?
How's it going? I'm just after a price on 2 badges for, I've got the reg, it's for a Honda Civic Coupe. So, it's Sierra 101,
Yep.
Golf Delta Mike.
I've got a Honda Civic.
That's the one, yeah. And it turns out this car has a couple of recalls, so when it's on the road, I'm going to have to take it to my local Honda dealership and get it sorted out.
I can't even remember what it was you wanted, sorry.
Yeah, no, it was just the front and rear badge.
Give me a couple of seconds and I'll come back to you.
Alright, so thank you.
Thank you. That's been completely discontinued, so you wouldn't be able to purchase that brand new.
So, looks like I'm going to have to hop on Marketplace, so I might have to reveal the car without a badge. But boys and girls, do not worry. Cinderella will make the ball. Hands down, the biggest issue with this car, because it's a coupe, you can buy everything for the front end, nothing for the back end, which has honestly been the bane of my life. Take the rear bumper, for example. This thing honestly took me weeks, even months to find this bumper. They don't sell them brand new anymore. They don't make like remolds of them. The only way to find one is to find one being broken, and the closest one was this one, which is in like Birmingham, so I had to send a courier to go get it. Honestly, make sure you smash a like on this video, because this car has honestly not played ball, but I am not giving up. Right, let's move Dad's E36 out the way to give us more room to get the Honda back together. Speaking of nightmare cars, the battery's dead. But nothing a quick bump start wouldn't help. It sounds so good. So I'm a bit new to this Honda thing, and I've been told there's only one way to start up a Honda. I know it's probably not the best thing for the engine, but don't worry, I've got a new engine ready for the car. So I will be getting new wheels for this car, but for now, let's put the wheel trims on just so it looks a little bit more presentable. steelies, they don't look that bad. Right, let's start getting this car put back together. So I'm starting with the bonnet. Now, you may be wondering, why did you buy a new bonnet? And there's no other way of saying it other than the guy that built this car smoothed the washer jets on the bonnet. I know, it makes no sense to me either. And the panels that were on the car were in pretty poor condition. So I thought it was better just to buy a complete new front end and just start fresh. So whilst the bonnet's off, I think it would be rude not to give the windscreen wipers just a little freshen up. Loads better. Time to put them back on. And whilst my back was turned, Joe decided to paint my headlight black. Cheers for that, Joe. It's a good job I bought new lights. But anyway, let's get the new bonnet on. Right, that's the bonnet on. If I can shut it properly, that is. There we go, finally got there. Next up on the list, let's get the rear bumper put on. It's slowly coming together. I can't lie, I am so excited for this to be done. But there's still plenty more to do. I think it's time for a quick lunch break. Rustler's sausage cheese McMuffin, do not recommend. Trust me, not good. I think it's about time we changed these headlights and got rid of Joe's so-called masterpiece. With a bit of YouTube magic, they're in. I did take my first casualty, but listen, I'm learning. Moment of truth. Side lights, we've got an indicator. Side lights, yes sir. Right, let's get the wings on. Now listen, this is my first experience putting a car back together, and honestly, this was one of the worst parts. Trying to get the wings to line up took honestly way too long, but we got there. The wings on, finally. Sorry about the fingerprints, but they'll get cleaned off at the end. Right, time for the other side. Wish me luck. I don't agree. This wing went on so much easier than the other one. Phew, it's slowly starting to look more like a car. Seeing this car at this point is honestly, it's actually quite surreal. Like, you guys saw how this car started, and it's getting there. Like, I wasn't even this excited for the 36 to be done, yeah? I'm actually more excited for the Civic to be finished than I was the E36. I think I might be a secret Honda boy. No, there's no think about it. I am a secret Honda lover. Massive limiter bashers coming to a town near you soon, yeah? Boom, boom, boom. My little brother Matt then turned up in his S14 to give the full car a machine polish and to take the back box off. The most hideous back box I've seen in my whole life. SR straight coat. Looks like Sid the Sloth. It don't sound any different.
It's not worse, is it?
And now I've got another stupid.
So, because Matt's car didn't sound like a drift missile, he decided to go let his anger out in a burnout. This next bit is very, very serious. Because I've just realised I've never had both cars in the unit with all of the bumpers on. I think it's going to be close. And I'm really not sure if they're both going to fit. So the gap behind the Civic is probably still about... We can get it back about that much more. So let's pull Dad's E36 back in to see if it'll fit with even just the rear bumper. I've got every single finger and toe crossed. Because if it doesn't fit right now, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. Look how close it is, and that's without a front bumper on the Civic. And with no bumper, you can just get your finger between the back bumper of the 36 and the Civic. And I think a bumper is about maybe this much bigger. It's going to be very close. If not, I guess it's time for a bigger unit. But I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until the next video to see if we manage to get both cars in with both bumpers on. But that's going to be it for today's video. I'm honestly buzzing with the progress we've made. Like, look at this car when I first bought it. Honestly, even I thought I'd never get it to the stage it's at today. The amount of sanding and issues I've had, to see it all one colour, honestly, feels amazing. Because I'd be lying if I said it hadn't been a big journey to get it to the point it's at now. So for me, make sure you smash the like button, and if you're new, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to be notified when part 3 is up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. You're all legends. Peace.
With